And we want to touch base on Helen's thoughts on, are we at the bottom of the market? Because everybody wants to know. Everybody's trying to play that role. And my feeling is nobody really hits it, because by the time you think you hit the bottom of the market, it's too late. What do you think, Helen?
Well, you know, that crystal ball of mine, it's been in the shop for 24 years.
Mine fogged up about 2 years ago. It's fogged up, you know.
I put mine away 3 years ago.
You know,
now I use the Magic 8 Ball.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. You will be lucky today.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, as far as the bottom, you know, again, hard to predict, but I don't think we're there. We're definitely not there. We probably have a little more time. We have a lot of foreclosures and short sales to get through still.
Like 3 million this year, I hear.
Something like that.
Nationwide, though. Nationwide, not just
not
in Santa Clarita.
Only
I think we'd have a problem if that was the case.
Yeah, and so we have to be, you know, wary of that a little bit still, or you know, just cognizant of it. And then we've sort of been talking about 2013 as being maybe the stabilizing year. That's been something in all my coaching and all my training that we've been talking about, perhaps.
Wait a minute. I heard that about 2012, spring 2012. Oops.
But not me. I haven't been saying that.
That train never stopped.
We've been talking about like that, you know, maybe 2013 since 2006 when we all started, you know, well, at least I have. So my opinion. But, you know.
Well, your opinion matters after being in the industry and in the industry in Santa Clarita since 1987. Your opinion matters because, like me and Steve, we've been in it so long. We kind of get a sense of what goes on in this town, what's working, and we pay attention to what's going on in the industry.
So I got a blog the other day from KCM, which is real estate specific, and it's about the market in general, and it's nationwide. I was going to briefly throw out, Bloomberg is looking at the home values being tied to the lending industry. Yahoo Finance is talking about the banks and all of their inventory that they've yet to release to the market and what's going to do to the values. J.P. Morgan is looking at some movement based on housing demand, and then DS News, not sure who that is, but they're looking at a large supply of foreclosures affecting the values. So the summary of all of this is like exactly what Helen said. If you're thinking of selling in the next 12 months, you should probably do it sooner rather than later. And there's some significant issues that affect that. Like, you know, our local economy is different than somewhere as close as 50 miles away. But I think the interest rates have a more dramatic effect, right, Don, on your... Very key.
And we've been mentioning this on our show each week, and hopefully you tune in. And we also keep these, by the way, on www.ggradioshow.com. So you can go back and check out some of the other shows with some of the experts we have, because it's been very key that we've been promoting taking action. Whether you're taking action and calling a professional to give you advice, because there's a lot of people that need everybody needs good advice. I have 3 coaches. I know Helen, we just were talking, goes to coaches. I know I go to the same coach. One of my coaches is Steve's coach. So we all go to coaching to get advice. And then we're going to suggest you take an action to always go get advice from a professional, because if you go ask your neighbor and friend, how's that worked out for you so far? Yeah. I mean, we've all done it. And you got to be a little bit more, smart about it these days. And that's why we reach out. That's why we started the show, the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, and brought in guests like Helen LaPrairie with Realty Executives and Steve Korn, owner of New Hall Escrow, so that we can share with you real facts, real numbers. We're not making this stuff up. We actually, do our research. And what Steve was alluding to is interest rates. We're warning you that rates will eventually go up. They're incredible now. We're at almost all-time lows, just like in the values, right, Helen? Mm-hmm. I mean, the values are just silly low. So between the two, I know that I have clients, and I'm sure, Helen, I know you have clients too, that sit on the fence. They're waiting for that bottom of the market to hopefully save another few $1,000s at a home, which is safe round numbers. I'm hoping that $320,000 home goes down to $310 or maybe even $300. Here's a thought. I guarantee you, if rates go up just 0.5%, you just lost $30,000 worth of purchasing power. So did you gain? I don't think so. It's the exact opposite. So we're telling you now, there's never been a better time to buy than right now.
That's true. I mean, I see it all the time, and we have a lot of investors entering the market now. Obviously, for the first time, I have some past clients who are buying condos to rent out for the first time in 20 years that I've known them.
That can cash flow.
They're excited, and the rental market is hot. So, if you are thinking about investing with some of your money, then, there's no time like the present for renting those properties out, because the rental market's actually increasing monthly, going up,
7% a year right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, and even more, perhaps, in some instances.
And those rentals are getting premium.
That's what I mean. The rental,
Yeah.
the price per square foot on rentals is huge.
So what you're saying, there's a great opportunity for investors. I mean, with every
Right.
down market, well, more millionaires are made in bad markets than good. So what we're alluding to is there's great opportunity for
And
some
also,
people.
there are a lot of people coming out of larger properties that need to rent. And like you were talking earlier about financially getting your house in order, there are people that are moving out of these bigger homes, need to rent for a while, get their credit back in shape, and they're looking for those rentals, because if they're coming out of a high mortgage payment, the rental market is perfect for them, even if what used to be perceived as high rent is half probably of some of these mortgage payments that they used to have. So there's a flow of renters for those homes too. So that's just one aspect of the
So like if they were
opportunity.
basically bought at the peak of the market, their payment, just round numbers,
$5,000
was
let's say.
$5,000, and now they can go rent for $2,500,
Right.
almost the same home.
Right.
So, but then those same people that were basically bought at that basically still have equity, isn't there opportunities for them?
Well, yeah, because their higher end has come down. So those people who wanted to move up, who wanted to come out of a smaller house and finally get a chance to live maybe in an area or a house size that they were dreaming about, can now do it, because the higher end is down quite a bit, 20, maybe 30% in the last few years. And now is the opportunity. If there's equity in that house, they don't need as much as they thought. And with the interest rates, their loan, there are options for them. So the move-up market's, is great too. And
Yeah,
then the first-time buyer too.
Yeah, I mean, if you have, like you said, a move-up buyer that was looking at $1 million home that's now $650, on top of the interest rates were 6.25, now they're in the mid-4s somewhere. You're talking a substantial difference in their purchasing power, and basically find that dream home that they really wanted.
Right.
And they need to act now because as soon as we see prices go up at all, sellers are dying to sell it for more than they have to right now.
Oh, yeah. They want to see that come back. And we are still actually, because prices are low, and if you nail the value and you do talk to somebody who knows what they're doing as far as pricing your house
Like
and your
Helen
seller,
LaPrairie with Real Estate
like
Executives,
me,
that's right.
certified appraiser, we are seeing multiple offers in this market. So it's all about price. And
Well,
value.
Well, that's the three things about selling a home, right?
Three things used to be location. It's price. And then location.
Right.
But to the end of pricing, what's going through your head with regard to approaching sellers and talking about price? When we come back from our break, we probably should spend some time in discussing that, because that's probably a large topic of discussion, because people obviously have ideas set in their mind, and you have different ideas, and so it should probably be something that we spend a little time on our next break.
Be happy to.
Well, speaking of we're going to come back, and we got some fun stuff, because what I want to let you know about, we've been talking with Helen LaPrairie with Realty Executives and Steve Korn with Newhall Escrow, and you got Don Getling here. And when we come back, we're going to let you know what Helen does on her, I don't know, night job? Her weekend job? You will not believe it, and it is fun. When we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Hour on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.